As the U.S. remains careful about how it comments on all that is taking place in Iran, at least two former U.S. Secretaries of State have been asked their views. Former Secretary Henry Kissinger reportedly said that he is in agreement with the way the Obama administration has been handling the Iran crisis. Well, I caught up with former Secretary Colin Powell at the opening of the National Infantry Museum and asked him about the challenges for this administration and for the current Secretary of State.
There's a lot going on in this world right now, and as it pertains to U.S. diplomacy, which I know also is close to your heart, when you think about what's happening with North Korea, Iran, do you envy the duty of Secretary Hillary Clinton right now, or at the same time do you feel her pain that there is so much to juggle, that there's a real balancing act that has to be made?
That's always been the case in any period of history that I've lived through, and I've been through 51 years of history now in a position of service. And I'm quite confident that Secretary Clinton can handle these challenges, but most importantly, we have to remember that there are great opportunities that have been created. When I started out here 51 years ago at Fort Benning, there was a Cold War. There was a possibility of thermonuclear exchange. There were regimes out there who thought they were going to defeat us. Well, they're gone. They're now trading partners. Some cases, they're allies. And so we have to consider the good that has occurred in recent years and not just the crises we still face. We are living in the greatest period of wealth creation in the history of mankind, even though we're going through a recession and those come and go. And more people are advancing around the world into the middle class than ever before. And so wealth is being created, more people living under democracy, more friends of ours, enemies of ours who become friends and partners. We have to keep that in mind. But what we will see on television tonight are the crises. And I'm sure that Secretary Clinton and Secretary Gates and the President and his team will work their way through it. On North Korea, I watched news this morning, and there's a ship that may or may not have something, nobody knows. And there are rumors coming out of various places that a missile launch will take place, and people meet, well, they're going to do it on July 4th, right? Well, I don't know why they would do it on July 4th, but that seems to be the speculation of the day. And I'm confident in Secretary Gates and Secretary Clinton and the administration in managing these crises.
Do any of these secretaries reach out to you for advice?
I was having dinner with Secretary Clinton 3 nights ago in Washington with most of the other secretaries, and I stay in regular touch with Secretary Clinton and with Secretary Gates and with the President. These are people I know well, people I have known for years. And I don't intrude. If they want to talk to me about something, I'm available.
And now that the Secretary's injured, you got any great advice for her, any words of comfort?
Take it slow. Don't push your recovery. I don't know how serious it is. I heard she had surgery. I just hope she has a very, very speedy recovery. We need her full bore.
As does the White House, of course, and according to her handlers, after her surgery, she is recovering both comfortably and uncomfortably. All right.
We all want an America defined by deep and meaningful equality, from civil rights to labor rights, from women's rights to gay rights, from ending discrimination. There are no acceptable limits, and there are no acceptable prejudices in the 21st century in our country.
We have a common task and a common challenge.
Why can't we see that we are all in this together?
18 million of you from all walks of life. Women and men, young and old, Latino and Asian, African American and Caucasian, rich, poor and middle class, gay and straight, you have stood with me. And I will continue to stand strong with you every time, every place, and every way that I can. The dreams we share are worth fighting for.